Int कहाँ गई? Mapping rule है.
I want the mapping document. Yeah. So
Second. चलेगा.
second है. ठीक है.
चलेगा. यहाँ तो चला गया.
Okay. So let me just open a simple attribute called as trade symbol. Okay. So what happens? You are saying that I want to map this particular rule in this particular table under this column, but there is a norm field called as ticker. So this is how the internal logic of the UDL and the distribution works. It is completely based on norm field. So if I see for ticker, if I go to, we have a table called as select DD norm field left. पुराना ठीक है. So this system actually goes to this table to find out what is where I need to persist the value that has been calculated from this rule, and then what I will do is I will go to there is an interdependency. The norm field is based dependent on canonical. I will go to the canonical. Okay, so it says that I need to persist at sec underscore ticker. अब ये sec underscore, where is this sec underscore ticker, right? So we go to metadata. This is the metadata. Over here you will find all the tables, all the details of the table structures that we maintain for each schema. So when I search for sec underscore ticker, it will say that I need to persist the value that has been calculated from the rule into HD security table and trade symbol. This is the entire logic of how UDL works. Distribution works the other way around. Distribution will say that I need to calculate the rule for this particular norm field. So distribution क्या करेगा? Using this config, it will go to that particular column and apply the rule and distribute the data. So it will work the other way around. This is persisting the data, that will be fetching the data. Okay, so this is how the trade symbol works. So this was the most simplest example because यहाँ पे directly है. You might have worked with something called as, yes, if someone was working with this product proper, अच्छा नहीं है इसमें कुछ data. किसी have you loaded any field?
Your next कर दो मिलेगा उसमें.
नहीं ठीक है. कहीं पे डेटा है क्या?
भर के एकदम.
Okay. ठीक है. So let me check this. What is this? This is, so you guys might not be knowing this particular value is a Figgy request ID. Okay, 11571. So let's try to understand. So security identifier में कैसे, how will this particular functionality for norm fields and canonicals work in security identifier? You do not have these are all different attributes. This is Figgy request ID. This might be some other attribute. This is some other attributes. All these are having different identifier type IDs. So how does this particular functionality works? Alright, so let's take a classic example of Figgy request ID. Okay, so मैं बोलता हूँ कि let's go to the mapping document again. So security identifier table, sec identifier. Okay, so where is it? Security ID, Figgy request ID then. हाँ, Figgy request ID. ये नहीं है क्या इसका? Not provided by source, not provided by source. Okay, ठीक है. Euronext alt ID ले लेते हैं. Okay, so we are saying that we will be mapping this particular attribute in the security identifier table, HD security identifier. What is the norm field for this? This is the norm field. Okay, so let's try to search it into the system. Name equals to this. Up, it says that the canonical ID is 223, right? So let's see, what is it saying? It will be persisted in security identifier. But what is sec underscore identifier val? ये तो कुछ नहीं है. It is just code. How will you understand that I need to persist it over here, right? So what happens is when you work with complex tables, so security identifiers, security other code, instrument identifiers, all these, the product proprietary tables, the flag tables, all these are complex tables. SD security, SD instrument, over there you will find the column names, right? The trade symbol or the instrument name long. In such tables like the security identifier, you won't find any column name, any specific column name. Like this is a figure request ID, but you will not understand it. You will only understand it when you go to the identifier type ID, identifier type. Select star from dd underscore. You will only understand when you go to the identifier type. This is active financial 11571. This is figure request ID. Okay, so how do you understand? So I just did this, but there is another option where for parent norm field. So in case of complex tables, we need to use, I use the norm field ID. इसमें से मैंने इसका, we need to pick up the norm field ID and place it under the or parent norm field. Okay. Oh, sorry, we need to use, so when I got this particular output, we need to use the parent norm field ID and place it over here. So you got two entries. Okay, so यहाँ पे तुम लोग को वो particular, you will get the filter ID. So this attribute over here, if you guys see the attribute, किधर गया है ये, क्या है, Euronext में second, मैं किधर था? ये document, हाँ. Okay, this attribute was Euronext alt ID, right? This is what we need to persist. So when I did this, सबसे पहला मैंने ये किया था. It gave me a single row. I picked up the parent norm field ID and I added one more clause, or clause. So we now get two records. This is the identifier type ID. If you go and check in this particular table, Euronext alt ID, and this is what will be persisted over here, 11490. So what do you guys understand? This is the Euronext alt ID for security. This, for this security, this is my Euronext alt ID 11490. So just have a look again. The filter ID is nothing but your identifier type ID. This is the way the norm fields and canonicals are in our system. So can we go to your Jira which you showed me in the morning? Eurex, sorry. Right. So what are we saying now? As part of the mapping changes, attribute map to this particular norm field has been renamed from Qt side ind to code side ind. So this is a distribution level change, where in the distribution file I will be changing this particular attribute, this attribute name to this attribute name, nothing else. But the norm field and persistence and all will still be the same. So if we want to check where this particular will be distributed, can you do it now? Can we try it once? No. So we have the attribute norm field name, right? So in which table would it be persisted? So just as of now, just remove this or part. So which table would this be persisted?
Field ID.
So we need to pick up the right. So it says that this is the value. Now we go to the config XML. Okay, so it will be persisted in SD product proprietary table, right? And what would be the identifier type ID for this? If I want to search, what will be the identifier type ID? Not here, in the here.
filter.
Remove the semicolon. So what is the filter ID?
Filter ID.
Right? So filter ID is 3. So where will this be persisted? If you go in HD underscore product proprietary, so there will be an entry. There will be an entry for product proprietary type ID 3, and the value would be persisted over here. Okay, so you come to know from the canonical which table it will be persisted, and if it is a complex table, you need to get the filter ID. Okay, otherwise if it is a simple table like we saw, right, sec ticker, it was a simple table, so it was persisted at SD security, and within that thread symbol. So these are the complex and simple attributes. Basically इतना ही है नॉर्म फील्ड. डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन लेवल पे आएंगे तब मैं डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की शीट बताऊंगा कि कैसे वो डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन वर्क करता है. एटलीस्ट फॉर नाउ एक आइडिया आ गया, रफ आइडिया कि नॉर्म फील्ड्स एंड कैनोनिकल्स होते क्या है. और कुछ